Alright, all you airsofters, so you see here, this is about 4 days ago. Yeah, 4 days ago I played Airsoft, and I played CQB, so these could be, point blank shots. But probably more like 3 meters or 10 feet away. And so we have, one, two, three really close shots, and these are very light shots. So don't let this scare you. Airsoft to me, it doesn't hurt. It's unsightly, to be having all this stuff on your body. So we're gonna try and find some better clothing today. Let's talk about what I've been using so far that has allowed this to happen. And that's a basically Army surplus shirt. So this is an Army surplus camo, obviously. It's a relatively thick cotton, but unfortunately, I would wear, a wicking t-shirt and then this on top of it, and that's it. But at CQB close ranges, clearly it's letting my skin get bruised. So this has to go. But I do want to note, denim jeans, I don't know, I haven't noticed any welts on my legs, partially because I think no one really shoots the lower half of you. You're usually only shot in the upper half because you're crouching down a lot. But these are Levi's denim jeans, and they haven't allowed any sort of penetration. So, as far as bruising goes, so it's obviously a thicker cotton than that military surplus jersey, but it's obviously really heavy and hot as well. So a lot of people mostly wear t-shirts or actual military shirts, but they seem too thin, even thinner than that first one I showed. But my experience from motorcycling makes me think this jacket might be a good idea. It's a mesh polyester jacket, and it's specifically meant for motorcycling. I know this because a long time ago I had a Joe Rocket, I think it was called a Joe Rocket Phoenix jacket, and it had this really open mesh, and I used to play paintball with it, and it was very effective in preventing bruises. Unfortunately, Joe Rocket, I think, switched to a much tighter mesh, but I want something that can breathe easier because it's really hot, when you wear this stuff, especially when you live in the tropics. So I ordered this off AliExpress, and it's listed as this, well, that's Chinese. But I'm showing you this because it says 2XL. This is like Asian sizing. I usually wear like an XL t-shirt, XL shirts for American sizes, Western sizes. But anyways, it's listed as a Duhan, D-U-H-A-N jacket. And they also have matching pants, I think, as well. But so far, I'm just going to go with shorts. So in that bag was this jacket, and I think this is extra armor. Let's take a look at this stuff, see if it's any. It's actually CE approved armor, so that's nice if you actually do use this for its real purpose of motorcycling. But I'm not going to use this because if I put this armor in, A, it's going to block out a lot of the air getting out and make me get hotter. But B, I won't feel any shots at all. I'll probably get shot repeatedly, and I'll just be standing there not even noticing it. So you actually need to be able to notice your shot so you can call yourself out of the game. It's a matter of the game is based on a lot of trust, right? You don't want people ignoring your shots, and I don't want to be ignoring other people's shots, right? So anyways, but this is nice for as far as a motorcycle jacket goes. This is around $60, by the way, which is pretty cheap, I think, in the realm of motorcycling gear. A real Western brand would be a lot more expensive. All right, so this is what we have in the bag. It seems to have like a copper zipper, and again, it says 2XL Duhan since 1999. CE armor. It's made in Shenzhen, I guess, or Dongguan. Okay. Would I trust this motorcycling? Probably not. If I'm riding a superbike, no. If I'm riding a scooter, maybe. Yeah, I guess I would. But for Airsoft, we're gonna find out. So let's just zip this up, see how well it zips. It says SBS, so it's not a YKK zipper, but pretty smooth. No problems with the zip that I can see, obviously, being a new jacket. Side zips, no problem, nice and smooth. They're copper as well. And the zipper ends actually have a rivet, so that's really good for long-term strength. I think. You know, maybe not for the zipper because it terminates here, but just for the stitching of this pocket opening. So that's nice. And then it has this fake leather strap here for the waist, tightening the waist. This I know is not a good long-term thing. I find that fake leather always peels, you know, this plastic vinyl or whatever this layer is, it always peels away from the fabric itself. So keep that in mind. Again, this is a $60 jacket. If you want something that lasts, it's probably going to cost $300 to $700. So you have to give up sacrifices. For me, I'm just going to cut these off, I think, because I don't need to cinch it. And it's just blocking more heat from getting out of my body. This must be for a belt, or it maybe it snaps onto pants. But it looks like these are belt loops, right? Because there's one here, there's one here, and there's one here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have a suspicion that's actually meant to be a belt loop if you want to really tighten the bottom of this when you're riding around. But again, for me, I'm just going to cut it off. So what's also interesting about this jacket, the sleeves can come off, it looks like. So if I ever go to like wearing elbow sleeves, I don't need this. Or if for some reason you want to ride a motorcycle with a short sleeve jacket, which again seems like a horrible idea, but that's an option for you. Okay, so that was pretty easy to zip off, and this thing has a plastic zipper this time, and it says SBS as well. So I don't know. I don't know if I've ever seen SBS zippers before, but only time will tell if it lasts. So all these snaps here are brass or copper. I guess they would probably be brass because brass is harder than copper, I think. All right, so then you have a cuff zipper as well. So that's really nice and easy if you want to get like a gauntlet of a glove inside of here. But for me, it doesn't really apply so much. I'm gonna wear short motorcycle gloves when I play Airsoft. And then these buttons here would tighten the sleeve, because when you ride around in a motorcycle, you want to have the armor nice and tight against you, because if it's not and you crash, the armor will just shift, and then, you know, it wouldn't be doing its job if it wasn't in place. So that's a nice touch, you know, for something so inexpensive. Okay, not going to bother putting the sleeve back on. Let's continue on the outside here. So you have this Duhan logo with, I don't know if this is real leather. I'm going to assume these letters are fake leather, but maybe they are real. I'm looking at the grain, I can't tell. I'm not a leather expert. But it is embroidered really nicely around the edges, so it's sealing that on to, you know, it's really hard stitched into this fabric. I'm going to actually probably take my time and remove all these letters and stuff, so again, I can have more perforations and sweat a little bit cooler. Including all this stuff, I'm going to remove all these stripes. And this is a rubber Duhan logo. If that's stitched on, I'm going to remove that as well. These should be easy to remove. It's a pretty wide stitching. So it seems like there's a elasticated waist here on the side of the jacket, and it's going from the sleeve down to the hip. So yeah, I guess that's nice for, you know, crouching over on a motorbike. All right, the back of this thing, it's got a bunch more stitching, embroidery, and I'm going to try to remove all that stuff so I can free up all the perforations again. So I think that's it for the outside of this thing. Let's look at the collar maybe. Standard, I guess. Outside it looks okay. On the inside of the collar though, it has a really nice smooth like synthetic microfiber material. So that'd be really nice on your neck. It won't feel clammy, or it shouldn't, you know, cause abrasion or a rash in my, yeah, I'm guessing. There's a little nylon hook here to hang it on a hook, of course. And then this is a pocket for those pads that were in that separate bag. All right, so you can put the padding in the shoulders and the elbows. So the mesh on the inside is definitely much tighter than the mesh on the outside. So this is the inside, right? compared to the outside, right? Much different. So I'm debating if I want to cut out this entire liner and just have my t-shirt next to this here. Probably yes, because I want to maximize my cooling ability. And I don't know. I just don't think this mesh being this thin is going to absorb any sort of shock from an airsoft BB. But the reason why I chose this type of mesh on the outside is it has a lot of thickness to it. Like there's actual three-dimensionality to it. It's obviously going to be hard to tell, but it actually is thick. You know, there's depth to the mesh. So that's what I'm hoping will prevent a lot of bruising. Seems to have a pocket here for the back pad. This I'm going to remove. But for you guys that are interested in actually motorcycling, it's a really dense foam. Yeah. So it's actually a pretty high quality foam. You know, much denser than any sort of packaging foam. So that's pretty nice for biking. Although again, you wouldn't really want to trust your life to something like this. If I was like riding an off-road bike, for instance, I would be using a hard plastic articulated back protector and not something like this. But for airsoft, I'm going to ignore that because if I wouldn't even know I was being shot if I left that foam in there. Okay, little inner label here, I guess. Instructions: do not bleach, do not dry clean, all that stuff, because it's basically made of plastic, this whole jacket. Okay, so, oh, there's a little chest pocket as well, but it doesn't seem to do anything. Well, that's interesting. Yeah, there's no pocket here. This is a fake pocket. Why would they even bother? You know, if you're not gonna have a real pocket, why would you waste time adding this zipper and this opening? That seems kind of silly to me, right? Really weird. Is it on the other side? What about the other side? Again, it's a fake pocket. Or you could theoretically hold a pack of gum. So that's really strange. They have two fake pockets on the front of this thing. So now I have to check the other pockets. Hold on here. I'm going to zip this thing up so you guys can see. Hold on. Sorry about the tripod shaking around. It's not a professional tripod. It's actually more of a selfie stick tripod. Ah, boy. Hold on. I got to remove this. It's getting in the way of the zipper. Okay, so the main zipper, nice and smooth. So fake pockets here. Very weird. Side pockets, come on. Alright, so the side pockets are real. Let me pull it out here. So it's not a deep pocket though. But this is a case for a Samsung Galaxy A7. And it's, well, I guess you could get it. Yeah, alright. It'll be a really tight fit. But you should be able to get a medium large size mobile into this thing. The real test, I guess, let me just shove that case into the pocket. Okay, so yeah, alright, I stand corrected. You can get a mobile phone with case in there. Maybe not the very largest mobile phones, but definitely I think anything from Apple and most of this general Samsungs. That's it for right now. I'm going to go and play some airsoft with this, and then we'll take a look back in a couple weeks and see if I have any more new bruises after using this. Alright guys, it's been several months and many days of playing with this jacket on. If you want to skip everything, it doesn't work perfectly. It just, you know, it still gets bruises through. But what is nice about this jacket is it's very strong, you know. It's a real motorcycle mesh jacket, so I'm sewed on all this black webbing, the molle webbing, and I have no worries about any of this tearing through the mesh. I mean, because I've been playing with this for several months, I don't know, maybe 20 different days of playing. And so this thing becomes really heavy. It's holding my AAP, and I have my Amoeba Aries thing here. And you can see I took some webbing here and I sewed it up to here, so it's distributing the load of my rifle. And then I have a quick release here in the back of this, so if I wanted to, I could just, you know, use it freely. But I made the webbing long enough that I don't even need to remove it. And so what's nice is that if I wanted to switch to my other gun, I just drop it and it's already, you know, there. It still dangles around. It's a big, big weight to have dangling around, but it's better than just dropping it on the ground. And then I could switch over to my, you know, AAP. And the reason I'm a right-handed person, but I put it on this side because the mag release, when I had this homemade holster on this side, the mag release to actually let a magazine, a 50-round Wee magazine, out of here, and that magazine broke on its first drop. So that's why I have this holster on this side. Okay, boy, yeah, I'll show you. I'm starting to migrate to a different thing, but these are pretty old now. But clearly, before they were bad. I got shot right here, right? So that's the synopsis. That's the summary. It helps. It must help because it is kind of thick, but don't expect it to protect you from everything. I'm going to try something else in the future. Thanks for watching.